just quickly, let's mention this whole mobilization thing because it's fucking travesty. Obviously, it's not gonna work. People, fucking officers are sending 40 years old, 50 years old people to this to the war, to the front lines, and they basically how they work is they're sending this mobilization notices, mobilization notice papers. Let's call it that, to everybody. They're just blank covering like everyone, and then the stupid people who actually went to these draft offices, then they're like the army is being selected. People are being drafted from that pool who actually were stupid enough to go to this Voinkomats, to this draft offices. And so, yeah, like I'm saying, people of 40 years old, 50 years old, they're just going there. 35, doesn't matter. I don't understand what's in the brain of these people. I really don't get it. And in fact, I had noticed something that I didn't see before. Basically, there is this kind of a Reddit-like website for Russians called Peekaboo, and I haven't seen it before, and it started most likely only recently. That there's whole like mobilization hashtag now, and there are a lot of people, and I'm reading, or I didn't read a lot of them, but I checked a lot of posts. Basically, people are saying like the Peekaboo sort of users are saying like I got the mobilization paper now. Visited this Winkamat, and now I'm going to fucking to the war next week. Most of them basically saying that the whole army is woefully unprepared. There is no even equipment. There is no equipment. These people are sent to death without even equipment. I mean, on this, if you kind of think about that, it's sort of even understandable. Like, why would you fucking waste money equipping those people if you know you, meaning like Kremlin, Putin, all those fucking officers who actually send people to death to die? Why would you even equip them if you know that they're gonna die in the first whatever week, 2 weeks? Some of them, there are videos basically people from like remote villages, some fucking very poor regions of Russia, being sent once again on like buses to drafting sort of facility where they've been given like an AK-47 from like I don't know 1940s or whatever. They've been given like literally fucking helmets from World War II, and they're drinking. They're just like alcoholics, you know, like absolutely fucking just beaten by life people. So, like on one hand, you can understand that maybe they feel like they don't have anything to lose, but at the same time, you have everything to lose because it's your life, and even the worst living anywhere, like it's still like you still have some belief, some hope that things can change at least, like right, you can do at least something. In any case, but there are also people, users, who I'm pretty sure some users just straight up paid by Kremlin, who are actually writing big posts and saying like what should you take with you to the front lines when you get this mobilization paper. They're not saying like do not go under any circumstances to the drafting office. Do not like sign any papers. Don't do anything. Like make yourself as hard to get a target as you can. And instead, these cunts are um, just writing basically, yeah, you should take like boots, like freaking socks, whatever. Because like Russian army is literally um, so, how to put it? Oh my god. Oh my god. My English today, sorry. Plundered, okay. So robbed, so plundered by the fucking generals, by higher top officials in the army, that they literally don't have anything. That's the reality. And yet some people are still going with their own legs, like, like they're not being dragged by police or something like that. They're going themselves. Some are like, oh, like there was some mistake, I'm gonna go to Voinkomat and I will fix the mistakes. And then the next thing your family knows after 2 days of your absence is that you're on the front line, right? And I'm not even exaggerating. This is exactly what has happened to several people. That's just insane. And once again, what I'm saying is that Kremlin and their paid psyops, basically forces, they're using these resources like Peekaboo for to actually put very different message that any normal human being should suggest to people who might be drafted, whatever. They're actually suggesting, oh no, but you know, it's all fine, it's whatever, it's great, but just prepare, don't be just caught off guard. Just be prepared to go to the war. That is so disgusting. This is so disgusting because this is offensive war, unjust war started by Russia that's been going on a territory of another country, not inside Russia. So you can't ever claim that it's a patriotic, some sort of a great patriotic war number two. No, no, no. It's an offensive, disgusting war. And these people who are sending regular men to die, because they will die there, because Ukraine has artillery now. It doesn't matter if you have a fucking... And by the way, Russians don't even have, most of them, don't even have bulletproof vests. Or they're so weak that they can be literally penetrated by small pistols. Not even like rifles or whatever, just pistols. There are videos on Twitter, on YouTube, where Ukrainians were doing just that, just testing and showing what kind of a shitty equipment Russians have. It's like it's a sure death, and Russia is using their... Because you gotta understand as well that Russian whole regime is just a fucking TV show in a sense. And they've been pretty decent trying to fool people, trying to disorient people, misinform people, and so on and so forth. And they're continuing this, like I'm saying, they're continuing this with using very sort of famous resources, and I'm pretty sure even administration of these resources to some degree, to actually basically force, in kind of a covert way, force people to still mobilize and go there. I've noticed this. I've noticed this basically this week that this started. When mobilization started, this whole psyops operation to convince Russian men to actually go to draft in offices and to prepare for this war and actually go and die for Putin's fucking yachts and for all of those Putin's mafia friends, billions that they've stolen already from Russian people. And now just go die for it. This is crazy. It's insane. It is insane. But that's the reality. And that's why it's so kind of weird and fucked up that, yeah, Europe is all in on Russian gas and oil, or was all in up until very, very, very recently. And yet those countries who bought and still buy directly from Russia gas and oil, even Baltic states, they're still doing it. Some of them are trying to do it like in some roundabout ways. Even though, like, I think it was Latvia who stopped buying gas and now or oil, and now tries to buy it through some, like, whatever, third parties. And now those states, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Poland, now Finland, those states denying entrance of Russians who are fleeing from, or trying to flee from, being sent to death. That's just so mind-boggling to me that it is actually um, Asian, Middle Asian, right? Like it's Central Asia, Asian countries like Kazakhstan, like Mongolia, like Georgia, who actually support regular Russians who do not want to die on this absolutely unjust war. Yeah, it's kind of insane that yeah, certain like I've said before already in previous episodes, certain countries, like I'm saying Baltic states specifically, showed their true face, that they are actually Russophobic. They're actually Russophobic, and they don't care um, if you are just an individual who just wants to live a life, normal life. It is so fucking amazing when you're already in a democracy to fucking say no. Like you have to stay, and in fact, like let's send out all the people that already are inside of our countries with like Schengen visas. But with Russian passports, let's send them out of our country back to Russia. So they will basically, yeah, fuck you basically. It is so disgusting. It is so disgusting.